world. What do you think, buddy? All right, didn't you, buddy? They turn on and go, ugh.
Oh, no.
No.
Look at Ace.
They've invaded my phone. My.
Does he have to do that right when we're starting? Oh, we're down to 3.
Is he?
Oh.
Hey, Ace, come here. Come here.
I think he wants some
Hey,
pie.
come here, buddy.
Come on.
Come on. There you go. Watch him use a rug.
Look, Randy. Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
What? And then he goes in the shop.
Yeah. Well, I had to shut the door to the shop because the big door's open.
Oh, gosh.
Yep.
Hi, everybody.
How's that?
That is cool.
I like it out here better anyway.
Right out here. This is way nice.
Woohoo! What do you think about it, mister? What do you think?
Way better.
Is he not a cool dog? Ace is coming along, man. He is he has changed last week. He pretty much follows me just about everywhere.
He really does.
Yeah, and he's listening really good. Welcome to Incredible Tiny Homes. I'm Randy Jones. I'm your host on tonight's show. Wouldn't that be cool? Have a nightly show and I'm your host.
It is a nightly show, and you are the host. Wouldn't that be cool? What would that be like?
Hey, wouldn't it be cool if we had our own show and I was the host?
Jeez, yeah, it
Gee
really
whiz.
would, Randy.
Hey, if you're sitting in your lazy boy chair right now, popping a cool one,
Well.
or maybe drinking or eating, chomping on a pizza.
Chomp, chomp.
Yeah, or maybe you're doing yoga. Oh. Yep, taking care of the old backaroo.
Yeah.
You might even be doing a little, exercise. So, tune in, and you guys enjoy the show. I'm not going to be, try not to be too boring with what we do.
Okay.
I think what we do is pretty cool, Amanda.
I think what we do is cool too.
Amazing. All right.
Amazing.
If you guys could get in my head right now, there's like a hurricane going on in there, right? All these thoughts are going in this big tornadoed circle, right? It's like debris in that Kansas tornado, and it's flying and flying. And the only part that gets red is the part that goes poof, and it flies out. And it goes, poof!
It gets out.
Yeah, and I'm trying to catch it so I can, Yep, so I'll try to hone all that in and keep it tracking so we have an agenda that we start, finish, and end. And but there's so much. If you could, I'm looking at a phone right now, okay? And I got the adorable Amanda behind it.
Adorable? I've never been called adorable. Like, ever.
Ever. You've been called.
Adorable?
Okay.
Oh, moving on.
But that's what I have. So what I'm talking to you all, I don't see comments. I don't see people. There's nobody. So I imagine people at their, kitchen table or their counter, laying in the bed, sitting on the sofa, stuck in traffic, watching their phone,
They're
maybe.
doing everything, yeah.
Yeah.
And just real quick, Benji said you're a kiss up for calling me adorable.
I'm a kiss up.
Kiss up.
Kiss up. Hey, as long as we get what we want, I kiss up. I've learned to kiss up a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Yep. And but I just wanted to bring you tonight's show that we're going to talk. I'm going to do Q&A, so we'll hear some of your comments. Amanda will read if you have any questions. Before you ask your questions, let me try to answer some of the things that have been coming in through emails. We're in our warehouse. This is a self-made warehouse. Never been done before anywhere that I know of. Scrap lumber, been doing things. And if you're new to our show, even if you're not new, we have a lot of people that have been devout followers that watch us all the time. I don't want to bore you all with that. But at the same time, there's new people. And I think what we do is, Amanda, we're talking about it tonight. It's just unique. And sometimes you have to step back and evaluate your life, don't you?
Right.
Sometimes you have to step back and think about who you are, the person you really are, And to come into that knowledge takes a while in life,
Yeah.
because you're always fighting who you are. You're always trying to become something,
Right.
But you already are something, but you think you want to be something more than what you really are.
Correct.
Now that doesn't mean that you can't accomplish more in life,
Right.
but to come to grips with the person you are and to be confident and happy with that doesn't mean arrogance. And it doesn't mean that you have to be feeling that you're better than anybody. And it doesn't come with degrading yourself.
Right.
It comes, I think, with a self-assuredness that, you know what, this is who I am, this is what I am. I still challenge myself. I still try to change, or I try to be better. But the core of who I am will always be who I am. And I finally probably have accepted that of who I am. I
Yeah.
think Amanda, watching her, the years that I've known her, has settled in that years ago and accepted a lot of things that I wasn't brought up that way. I was brought up to continually be better and better, or who I am wasn't enough.
Right.
Who I am wasn't enough, and I needed to be better. I needed to change. I needed to be this and that and that. So I was always striving for something. But now that where I'm at in life, I look back, look, she's got Ace. Laura's got him.
Oh, good.
Come on, Ace! That's okay. But we got people living here, and they feed him tricks and stuff, and they go and so. But to be aware of who you are, I'm the same person I was, I think, in high school than I am now. And I got some buddies who watch some of the shows here from my high school, and I haven't seen in years. And when they text me and stuff, it's just like we were back when we were kids. And I think a lot of us are like that. Maybe some of it's just changed, but to actually come into who you are and
Right.
to be confident in who you are brings a lot of peace in your life.
It does.
Because when you say no to things that you're not comfortable with, you don't feel guilty anymore. You just say, you know what, it is what it is. I'm gonna have to deal with it. But at the same time, there's that delicate balance where you still want to be able to strive to be better and challenge yourself and not fall into the trap of thinking, well, I just can't do it. I'm just not that way. So that's hard to discuss. That's hard to explain, I guess, and how that works. The reason I'm bringing that up is when you look at this warehouse, and I wanted to tell you these trusses here, okay? I'm the type of person that, this business was built in the backyard. The first tiny home I built hasn't changed much since 400 homes later. This Memorial Day is an anniversary of 5 years being in business, okay? So when I built these trusses on the ground, I didn't know those trusses would even stand up. The first one went up like a snake. I thought it was going to break in half.
It's true.
We had 10 men up here and poles that were 20 and 30 foot long that were falling down, and I didn't know how in the world it was going to get it straightened up.
Right.
And it took hours to stand one truss. Was I discouraged? Would I say, hey, is it going to not make it? And it wasn't an arch anymore. It kind of leaned this way, and I had to straighten it up. And I'm like, what have I gotten myself into? And I've built like 25 of these things.
Yeah.
And I've got massive man hours and money in this, plus all the labor in the used lumber that we had collected for a year or two to know that I was going to try to do something with, right? I had this design in my head, but I never had built it.
Right.
So the next day, I get a forklift that's only 15 foot tall when you extend it. And I got to go 35 feet tall. Randy, how are you going to get up 35 feet up there to get that forklift up there? Well, I just say, hey, I'm going to tie a telephone pole to the forklift, ratchet it, nail some 2x on there with a ladder, put a lookout out there with a piece of plywood on the side so it doesn't fall, and get me some ropes and jump up on top of that thing. That's what you get right there.
And that wasn't plan B. That was plan A.
That was the only plan.
That was the only.
I didn't have enough money for a forklift or a
No.
lull or nothing like to come in here, no crane, nothing. And when we stood them things up, they were cattywampus and going like that. You know what? We got it. Took a day to set one. Took another day to set another one. Then we set 3 in a day. Then we set 4 in a day. Then we set 6 in a day. And it was just me and my son, Bryce.
Right.
And we had to put all them 1-bys you see up there. We did them all of ourselves. And then we had to put the metal on the top of this thing.
Yeah.
All right. Was it discouraging? Was it hard? You couldn't hold me back with a horse. I was so excited about getting this thing.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to work, even though what I was looking at looked like it was going to fall apart. Mm-hmm. And I just had a feeling. I just said, you know what? We're going to go. We're going to go. We're going to go. We're going to go. Did it look professional? No. Did it look like we were going to get in trouble? We were going to get hurt? Definitely. Yes. Did it look like it was thought out, processed, and designed right? No. That's how I roll.
Yes.
That's Randy Jones.
Yeah.
I thought about this. And I calculated it as much as I could on a piece of paper and researched it a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I didn't have any engineer tell me how wide these trusses needed to be and how the transfer of load was going to be and all this stuff. I just heard an arch was pretty darn strong. So I built it. And so we've been in here now a year and a half, and we've added another 100 feet. And we're looking at building 40 more trusses and add another 240 feet to our building.
Yeah.
That's just one segment of my life and who I am. And the only reason I'm spelling that out is it shows so many faults in me, so many weaknesses in me, so many things that look like an ugly duckling, that looks like a stumbling lifestyle, that looks like he's not going to make it. It looks like this ain't going to happen. There's tragedy coming. But you know what it is? It's exciting. It's forth to try to be successful in something you ain't. The world would never operate like this. The normal world out those doors doesn't happen. And that's what I think is spurred this factory. The people that work here are not normal. The people that work here are not your cookie cutter people that are clean and neat and talk and look and walk and think right.
We're not like that.
We spell emails wrong.
Yes.
We have contracts that probably got a wrong period and something there.
Yeah.
I put a contract out there. My first contract just said, hey, 2-3 lines, because I was so adamant about not wanting attorneys in on this thing. But now our contract is 4 or 5 pages or more. I don't like it. But the more we acquire, the more I've learned, the more people have come against me and all this stuff. I'm like, man, I'm back in the business world. And I I don't like it, but I can see, so I'm trying to gain that balance. And I don't want to get off tangent on that. But what I wanted to say is if you see things in our business that doesn't look right, or doesn't look, things are happening, calls, emails, contracts, all that stuff, that's why I come on here every single day, is to give you the feel of who we really are as people. A text is not a person. An email is not a person. We've gotten away from who we really are and how to get to know a human being. A human being, you got to look him in the eye. You got to talk to him. You almost got to just feel their aura to know who these people are. You can text all the time and you'll never, that person, whoa, it was nothing like that.
Exactly. Right.
So that's why I come on, so you get a feel. So you're not, our company has a representation of the logo. I don't know what logo I got. I've been through 10 logos and I might have 10 more, right?
Right.
You're going to have a logo. You got to have your business like this. You got to answer your phones like this. You got to send your emails out. You got to do your YouTube shorters. You got to have videos refined.
Yeah.
You got to talk, look, and act like this. We ain't Chip and Joanne.
That's right.
We're not. I don't want to be. That's their deal.
No.
You know, I can't. I'm just not wired like that, man.
Either.
I am faulted. I've been through some stuff. I have failed in life. I am not pretty. My life ain't pretty. But you know what? What it is I got my heart right here. This is who I am. And this is what, and I'm not going to be on a show where I can't be who I am and tell you guys who I am. It's the way it is.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think the insurance, like your car insurance that I have for Randy Jones. You know what my insurance is for Randy Jones? My insurance is my happiness and my contentment is not based on money. It is not based on me keeping a big fine truck or a house or property or keeping anything.
Right.
My happiness is based on me having a dream and a passion and something to get me out of bed. That's what I'm based on. I fear that more than anything in this world. Amanda said, you're not scared of nothing. I'm sure I'm scared of something. I mean, you know, big alligator come walking in here right now.
You ain't scared of that.
But I am scared of not having a passion. I'm scared of not having a dream, you know. So just like, you're not going to believe this, but I go on YouTube and I look up things and I see these guys doing this stuff and I feel like I'm 25 years old. I still want to do the same things I did when I'm 25. I don't want to rest. I don't want to sit down. That's just who I am, you know. And it feels good to accept that it's not a fault of mine to want to be that way. Where most people are calm, my buddies are laid back and stuff, where I'm just maybe, and I am laid back in a way, but it's just that I've got this eagerness to go, and it creates stuff like this.
Yes.
Mr. Moss, his house right here that looks incredible, crazy. Nobody in the country would have done that for what we priced it out for him.
No.
I think we're in the mid 40s for something like that.
Right.
All right. We never done one before. I didn't know how to price it. We just went with it. He gave me a budget. I said, oh, let's make it work.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
And so we did. But that's what we do. Those are the chances we take. This lady come here and she wants one like Alice in the Wonderland. Mad Hatter, you know, and it's taken some energy and taken some thought and taken some, you know, we're going to do it. Let's just do it, you know. There's some things I just can't plan out. Do I know how much that house costs? Yes, I know how much materials in that house. Do I technically know a lot of doing and how to build and how this is put together? Yes, because I'm responsible for giving you all a home that can last 100 years or to be safe. That's why I added fire sprinkler systems in them. Mm-hmm. I wish I'd have started that when I first built it. There was a gentleman that said to do it, and I didn't know how to do it or what to do, right. and I wished I had. So I'm learning, but I know about these things. I know what I'm doing here, but I still take chances, and I'm gonna look like I'm falling down. Mm-hmm. But I'll stumble across the finish line. Okay?
Yeah.
I won't be the fastest. Mm-hmm. I won't be the first in line, and I won't be the prettiest. And I'll be that one that looks like he's going to pass out, but I'll step across that finish line in the end.
Yeah.
You know what? And whatever it is, if I got to crawl across it, I'll be there. Whatever it is. And it's just, that's what's in me, and it won't be pretty. Right. Now, there's people that have joined our dream mm-hmm. and what we've put out there, and you've invested in us.
Right.
This is a word to everybody that's coming to these properties.
Right.
And the future coming to the properties. Believe in what you bought into. Believe in what you bought into. If you bought into me and my personality and this business, just rest in that. Okay? You're going to be challenged. Mm-hmm. You're going to be questioning things. How's this? What's that? When's this? Who's doing this? What's doing everything? Just rest in what you've originally bought into. You put a deposit to live in this place, mm-hmm. and you bought it into me. All right, me as a person and me in this business. Now that the race is run, and then within the next couple months, homes will be living here. People will be living here. Mm-hmm. All right. There's a lot of questions, a lot of things, even if you're thinking about buying a home. And listen to your voice of why you like what you're seeing mm-hmm. on this video. Right. Why you like what you're seeing. Is it perfect? No. Is the website perfect? No. Are the pictures perfect? No. Do we have a great gallery? No. Do we have? No. That door's open and you can walk in here. We're opening up our business again because the COVID, we're able to go. Mm-hmm. You want to come and visit this shop? You can come and visit the shop. You want to see what I'm like? You want to see what we've done? You want to see what I do? I mean, I dress funny, I look funny, I talk funny, we do stuff different. It's just the way we are. And I'm really a lot calmer, and I don't really exploit a lot more than of the different side of me. Somebody in here said, hey, we really miss your old videos. You know, well, I like to, I did skits and we had fun and we just acted a little bit. And I tried to bring a little bit more professionalism to them, a little bit more seriousness, because there's a lot more going on now. And to grant you, my life is a little bit more business-like because of what we're doing, and that's fine. We've evolved into that, you know. So I'm just bringing all this to you. Of course, I'm just looking at a man in his phone. I don't see anything else going on here. But if you're looking at this, this is a tiny home business that there's none other in the country like this. There's nobody bringing you information like this. There's nobody showing you like this. There's nobody revealing their self like this to you in the business of tiny homes. Nowhere. And I like it because I feel comfortable knowing that you know everything.
Right.
All right? So rest assured, if somebody sent me that book and it said, I can't remember exactly, I should go get it. It says, remember, or your first thought of somebody, remember that. Remember the thought of, when you first meet somebody, trust your thought, your opinion of them when you first meet them. That first opinion, what you're seeing right now, rest in that. Because you're going to hear things, all these things are going to, it may twist and change your mind about that person. Not just me, but anybody else. But there's something I think in that first impression, and when you're watching this show particularly, rest in that thought of who we really are and what you think of us and what we're doing, okay? Some people just can't do it. Some people cannot just focus. Some people just can't let go.
Yeah.
Okay? You have to be in control. You have to have answers. You have to have it a certain way or it will not work, right? And I'm saying it kind of strong because we have people like that.
Yes, right.
It has to be done this way or you are going to fail or you ain't going to make it and I'm not going to be happy. Well, we don't operate that way.
Right.
Okay? So there may be people here that maybe not doing a good job for you. There may be people here that they're learning to do a good job. Be people, whatever, just however it happens. It's just happening. And that's why, again, I come on here every day to show you our heart as a company and who we are. I'd love to show you more of the men that are here and what's going on to really give you a good feel. Every person that's walked through that door, when they've left, every single one of them, I'm talking every one of them, have come to me and said, your men are amazing.
Yes.
They're amazing craftsmen and they're amazing gentlemen.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
And if you guys knew the backgrounds of these men, you would probably turn off right now and never buy a house.
Yeah.
Because half of them been in jail, half of them been substance abuses, half of them been just been through
a rough life.
Been through some stuff.
Yeah.
But they can come here and they can be productive and they can have an identity. And when you guys compliment, there's Mr. Moss wants the guys to sign the inside of his home.
That's awesome.
And that is just nothing but, wow, what a compliment.
Yeah.
For a customer to say, hey, I want the men to sign my house because that house is so special to me.
Right.
They did such a great job. And we've had other customers do that. And the guys just, what other guy, what other job in this world are these guys going to have that said to them? Wherever they work, people don't have that happen. They don't have people, I come up behind a guy and I'll just grab them and hug them. And when's the last time another man has hugged another guy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I hug them because there's something about that physical touch that just, wow, it does something to them. They never get that, you know? And I appreciate them. They're building a company here, and at the same time, I want to give that back to them. And you're helping all this out, and it's just a big circle, all right? So I'm different. Rest assured I'm different. Try to rest in who we are. Try to keep trusting us. You gave us your money for the deposits on a lot, deposits and full pay on a home. Rest in us that we will accomplish what we said we will do. We've shown you our communities. We showed you our homes we're building.
Right.
We bring you information as much as we can to show you. Okay? So I will make mistakes. I will disappoint. But at the end, I will succeed. And I will die trying doing it, right? So there's just been that's been on my mind lately because I think the more and more I read emails and the more things that go on and the bigger we get, I'm hard on myself wanting to be perfect. So I had to have a talk with myself. And I had to have a talk and say, you know what, Randy, you are the way you are. The business is the way it is. And Amanda just had to talk with me too earlier today. She said, you know, she goes, This is the way we are. Look where we came from, and we're almost at an anniversary. Maybe that's why I'm thinking this too. But from the backyard with nothing, with used tools and used materials, to a multi-million-dollar company, right? With no bank loans, no lines of credit, just come out of the ashes.
And nobody wanting to help back then. It
Nobody.
Was just you.
Yeah, built homes by myself,
Everything.
physically, gathered lumber and it's just, that's where we came, that's who we are, everybody.
Right.
I am not a corporate guru, I'm not a corporate genius, I'm not a financial wizard, I am not, I'm not even probably a scholared carpenter, I can build and I know how to do stuff and I got an eye, but I'm just your average guy that just been blessed with a don't give up heart.
Right.
And that's really all my perfect talent is don't give up.
And everybody on here agrees with that, and they recognize it, and they see it, and that's why they tune in, and that's why they love the company. They've been here, like Dana said, she's been here, met the guys. They're wonderful. Everybody, like you said, that leaves here, everybody compliments the guys. The girls too. Everybody is just always willing to help, and if they don't know something, they will try and find it out for you. We've got the best crew.
Yeah.
It's really great.
These guys know they're not going to be millionaires.
Right.
These guys know this is their life. This is
Yeah.
it. So what do you look towards? What is your future
Yeah.
when it's not money and when you've lived through your best years of your life? Your looks are gone. Your health is, not the best it used to be. Your bones hurt. What do you have to look for? Why do you get out of bed and come here every day? That's why guys, men and women and people are on drugs and drinking and all that. Why? Why do you come? You know why? The only reason you come here is because of the atmosphere that's here.
Right.
Because you're appreciated.
Right.
And because you have a purpose and because you can see that you're a part of this evolution. And that's my biggest concern, that I can keep an energy here for people that I would hate to think that there's somebody here that feels like they have to be here.
Well, me too, and I haven't met anybody yet that feels like that here, that they feel like they have to be here.
Right.
And you all would be surprised at the people that this job, being here, this is all created, has saved. It's saved a lot of people in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
And it's changed people for the better,
We got probably 3-4 people that have no driver's license.
Yeah, right.
If you knew what they did, you probably wouldn't like them.
Yeah.
When they're here, they're perfect gentlemen and they work and they're lucky to have, they're so blessed to have a job.
And they're
they say.
thankful. Everybody here is thankful for their job.
We got one here that comes on a public bus
Yep.
that drops them off.
Sure does.
And I was like, hats off to you, buddy.
It takes a lot to do that.
To be able to sit out on a road, on a
Yes.
country road, and wait for a bus to come by to pick you up,
yes,
a little
that's
van, where they pick up handicapped people
That's right.
and older folks. And he's got to wait out here, and he's got to leave when it comes by here.
Yeah.
Hats off to you
It's
for not missing a day's work.
not missing a day's work.
Yeah, he's got a job,
Yep. That's right.
and you got to keep somebody like that.
You have to.
Well,
you don't have to, but this company's built on people like that.
Yeah.
And we're not going to change people. When you come here, you're not going to be turned in to something that we want. We want to see what you do, what you can offer the company, and work with that.
We work around you.
Yeah, we work around you.
I look at it, what's your skill, what's your talent, what's your interest,
Yes.
how can you benefit? And if we can't use you, we'll tell you right off. But sometimes they got to evolve into it, and we'll find out who they really are, and they become something. A lot of times they actually become something here.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
something comes out they didn't realize what they had.
right.
So, and I'll get off of this subject, but I just want to let you know, and there's some people this is going to go right over their head, and they didn't hear nothing I said.
Right.
And they're going to be customers and people that stay here
Right.
because you're wired that way.
Right.
And I can't help you with that.
Right.
All I can say is you're going to have a hard time
Yeah.
because I will not do what you want me to do.
No.
I won't talk, look, walk, act, and conduct myself the way you want me to.
No.
The business will not be ran that way.
No.
I don't even know how it's going to be ran. I change it every day.
Yeah.
We're evolving.
Right.
All I can say is I'm striving to be better every day, but it's not at your pace,
That's right.
and it's not at your ideas,
Right.
and it's not the way you want it to be.
That's right.
The only thing that I know of that I've standard stamp is the quality of our construction,
Yeah.
right? And the, and the price that we sell them at.
Right.
You will get a home that you were guaranteed to get a home for. You will get the quality that you have been assured from all the videos and physically seeing the place. Other than that, the communication, the emails, the contracts, everything else will be flawed, and it will be changing constantly. I don't have a Philadelphia attorney in my hip pocket that I go to, and if you sue me, you're going to have to just sue me. That's just the way it is. Things happen when things happen. I work things out. It's just life. I've been through a ton of stuff.
Right.
All right? And I know what I want to do, and that's why I rest, again, in who I am and what I'm doing.
Right.
You can strip me of everything, but you can't strip me of who I am. And I'm so full of not confidence, but just full of peace.
Yeah.
Knowing that. My biggest concern in this whole world are you all paying customers that have put your responsibility on my shoulders
That's right.
to give you a home.
Right.
Those 30-some homes that we have to build to fulfill our contract right now with what we have, I wish they were done yesterday. I know I've told you that a million times. That is that's my biggest weight that I carry.
Yes.
And that's part of owning this company, is the building homes.
Right.
I want them done now. I want this house done in 2 days. I want it done right. I want it done beautiful, right? I'm doing all I can to expedite that fact.
Right.
But that's what this whole company's built on, is paying customers that have given us their life savings to build them a home. All right? So I'm just sharing all the way these, since I said a lot of these things. And you know what? Again, this show is different. Who talks like this? I don't know. I don't care, but it's just who I am and what I'm doing. I just feel fortunate I'm in the place that I am, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yep. So, let's go to the chalkboard. All right. What are we going to get here? We have some design questions for people, and I think we've been coming up with some folks that want a bedroom, right? But you want a loft, and it's so nice to have a loft bedroom, but you don't want a ladder and you don't want steps.
Right.
Okay. Kimberly down here is having one, just like we did a while back for a customer here. We did a couple of them. In, what do you call that loft, minute? What we gave it a name?
Easy access.
Easy access. All right, everybody. I'm not a good architect or anything, but normally on a loft, you will have, and you guys, remember the loft is up here?
Yeah.
Look, you got to sit down. See? So from here to here is 43 inches.
Okay.
So if you got a ladder, you got to crawl up that thing, right? 43 inches is about right here. So we got to crawl into my loft, right? Then I'm going to lay down and like that. So it's a little difficult, especially when you're up in age and your bones creak and everything, and you just don't feel comfortable doing that. So what we can do is we can change this and have a little bit of both. So what we'll do is we'll put a dormer on this thing. Dormer slopes down just a little bit, right? Comes right here. And you can have a salt box, which goes flush, or you can have a dormer that's set back 3 inches.
Okay.
Then this loft comes here and stops. And it goes down,
Yeah.
it goes over, and then we got steps.
Right.
So now we got maybe half as many steps as we did. And then when you stand up here, this line's gone, right? And then this is your bed, right?
Yeah.
And then you can stand right here.
Stand up. Yeah.
I'm happy.
So you're happy you can stand up.
I'm happy. And then you can set your little, see, that's your derriere right there.
That's your booty.
That's your booty. And you can just set it right there and lay down, and you're still happy.
Oh, none of that looks good.
No, none of it. All right. So the only inconvenience you got to think about is where over here, normally underneath that loft, you either got a shower
Yeah.
right? Or you got a wash basin, you got something because you got, or a closet. So if you take this design,
Ace.
right? And let's just say this is the bathroom back here in the back. Well, this is way back there. What's in this room? What's underneath this area right here, right? It's usually going to be about 60 inches tall right here. Maybe not even that tall. It could be, you can make it lower. We can get 48. But what's nice here is that if you have a bathroom that changes the floor plan, because let's just say this is your loft, and this is that walkway. See that right there? This is that indentation right here. You can go all the way to the back, or you can stop it. And then this is your steps. I'm looking down like on a helicopter.
Right.
I'm looking down from outer space. All right? So if this is your bathroom in here, you're probably going to have maybe a shower right here. And you could have a closet. And if you have this back in the back, is you don't walk all the way back, you could actually have your toilet back here. So under here, I would put my closet underneath that walkway. And over here, I could put a vanity, right? Something like that. So it doesn't, now when you walk in here, you're gonna be looking at this wall, right? And underneath is your closet, and then behind that wall is the walkway that you're up in your loft, okay? I like this for a couple reasons. You only have probably about 5 steps to go up, 5 or 6 steps. You can walk gingerly, I can make the steps exactly like a residential home is at about 7.5-inch rise. Your foot rise is 7.5 inches, just a good flow, and it's the same. They're not too tall, they're not too short. On this wall, we can put a nice handrail on that wall coming down. You can grab it. Okay, it's still stairs. Stairs might be completely out for some people, but this is a really great way of having both. You can actually take the end, okay, of this loft right here, and I've told people I would love to do it. You can put a toilet upstairs.
That's true.
And you could have a door right here. Well, it would swing this way, right? So you could actually get out of bed, stand right here, and there'll be a toilet back in that back closet. And we could put another toilet right underneath it, but it would be a little bit lower. You know, the ceiling would be a little bit low, and have 2 toilets on top of each other. Why not? What's a toilet? A water line and a drain, right? I don't know what that probably going to be costing off the top of my head. I'd put you a toilet in there maybe for about $500-600.
Yeah.
You know? So anyway, the biggest thing is using the bathroom, right? Oh, look here. Using the bathroom at night, right? You don't have to go downstairs. You can put a toilet right there. Or just getting up, right? Getting up at night for any reason, for emergencies, for, you know, anything. You get up at night and it's stumbling and stuff. People don't want to come down steps. You need it safe. That's why the code guys and the inspectors don't like ladders.
Right.
If you have a fire, that is one hairy thing. When there's smoke in the house and you can't see jack and you're feeling for your leg, look here, man. This is what you'd be doing. Look, you're coming out of you're crawling out of that thing, and you can't see nothing, and you're looking for that ladder, and you got to swing around. There's nothing to grab. You don't have a grab bar or nothing, and you're trying to come down that ladder, and there's nothing but smoke. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
So that's why when we build them RJOs, I don't condone sleeping in them lofts.
Right.
You got to get out of there. And that's why I put an egress in the dormers. You can bust that sucker out of there. And look, if you hang, and I know we got ladders we can put on them too, but from there to there is only about 9 feet when it's on the ground, right? 9.5 feet. You're not going to die jumping off of that.
Right.
Or hanging from that gutter and pulling it all down on top of you. You're not going to die from that. Like you would jump out of a 2-story home, right? So That's just,
well, but that should encourage to put something on the outside, right?
you know, I thought about that, and we do have ladders that we have rope ladders that you can we can attach and just throw it out. Thank God, hopefully you never use them, right?
Definitely, yeah.
But when I was a kid, I remember we used to have, you know, my dad never did it, but my mom, I think we did one time. Okay, so we have a fire. Do you guys know where you're going?
Somebody just said that, fire drill.
Do you know where you're going? Do you know how to get out of that house? And if
Yes.
if you cannot mobily move your body, do not go up in that loft.
That's right.
You just don't sleep up there.
Exactly.
And that's why I try to encourage everybody. Listen, if you want a full bedroom on the downstairs, you're going to have a 26, 30 bedroom has got to be 10 feet to walk around it.
Right.
And nobody wants their bed up against two walls. That's up to you.
Just don't put yourself in a compromising position. Don't put
Don't.
yourself in a bad spot like that.
Things can happen. I thought about that tonight. We're going to
Yes.
have 150 homes here on this property.
Yeah.
I have got,
Just turn that up.
hey, what are you doing?
He keeps chewing on it.
And,
Swing it down.
hey, buddy, what you got? Let me put that up.
Ace,
It's like a toy.
I don't get your tail over here. You're gonna eat the house. You can't eat the house.
I had a thought the other night. We're going to have 150 people living here or
True.
more, but 150 sites, right?
Right.
I have to realize that there might be a house burned down here.
You have to put it in your mind.
There could be a tragedy here, and I want to be ready for it.
That's right.
We don't have fire hydrants here. We
Right.
weren't required to put fire hydrants in here. And if I did, it would cost everybody more money to put fire hydrants in
Right.
here. Will we later? Maybe, maybe not. What I am doing, that's one big reason why I put a lake out here. And that's why I'm going to put a few other lakes out here, because the local fire department uses those to put fires out.
Right.
They can come in here. That's why I try to
They
make
can use that water.
I try to make the roads somewhat so I know a 911 EMT truck can get in here.
Sure.
When we're done, I'm inviting the fire department to come here.
Yes.
They'll have a layout. They'll have a plan. They'll know how to get in and to get out, and we know where to go.
Right.
They'll know the identity of each community and where to go when
That's right.
they're called. That's just a responsibility that we have. You know, I have inside that I'm thinking about. So the easy access loft gives you both. It
Right.
gives you good stairs to come down, right? And you can't see, and you should try to go down your stairs in a ladder blindfolded.
Right.
Try to get out of there and know where your door is and you can't see
Well,
anything.
and you know what I think too, and then Dana brought it up about the fire drills too, that everybody should get together when
Yeah.
everybody gets here, and so, y'all should organize it. Get
Yes.
together and do fire drills and do things that what could happen, and
Yes.
designate people that are there. Hey, you're going to do this. If this happens, you're going to do this. Have something together.
Who's calling? What's going on? And
Organized.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
And it, everybody talking about that subject right there. You gave me $6,000, right?
Right.
That $6,000, 100% of that money and more that I have to put into it is putting in your infrastructure.
Yes.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody you can call.
Right.
I don't have a staff here that you can call.
Right.
The staff here is building homes.
Right.
So your money is to give you a place to park your home. The water, power, sewer, and TV and everything you need.
Right.
The rest of it is up to us, me included, to be neighbors and helping.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And I know everybody is willing and
Yeah.
ready to do that. They
So if
really are.
if you got questions about, well, how's the mail and how's the packages and how's this going to be done and where's Food City and where's the park and what time's it open? Don't ask me. Find out.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Social media has been great.
Yeah.
The pages that they've put together, most of the people that are going into the properties, into the lots, are making plans, and I love it. I can see it on my phone
Yeah.
whenever I get on Facebook, and they are talking and they are planning stuff. And I think it's great that people are taking responsibility for their own life,
Got to.
their own house, what they're going to do, how they're going to figure it out, and not depend on another person. Everybody join together
Yeah.
and do it together.
We are adults. We're not
We're-
kids.
exactly.
I like being an adult because I don't have to ask my mom what to do. I get to do what I want and make my own mistakes.
Exactly.
So if you're coming to me as any kind of person who's going to give you a lot of, I don't have the time to do it. I'm giving you a place to live I will be here as a friend, a neighbor, and everything else. But that's why it's only $200 a month.
Yeah.
And I want to see it evolve. You know, I heard when our forefathers settled in this country, they didn't have zoning. They didn't have codes. They didn't have nothing. The only reason we have zoning and codes now is because people can't get along.
True, that's true.
That's the only reason there's a law.
Right.
That's the only reason they have laws is because people can't see eye to eye and get along.
Right.
You're going to have to get along. And if you're a negative nanny, is it nanny or ninny?
Ninny.
Ninny. If you're a negative ninny, you will not exist here.
Yeah.
I won't do nothing about it, but you won't make it here.
Right.
I can guarantee you. If you're in that mind frame, I think it's a great challenge for you because you have to change.
And that's a cancer. Being negative is a cancer, and you just don't want it. Everybody wants it. They're coming here to be happy and to live life and walk their little dogs and stuff. And
you can say you're not negative, but when you tell somebody what they're doing wrong, or you're telling what's not being done right, or if you think you've got to give your opinion about something, that's being negative.
Yeah.
All right? People don't know what being negative is. That's being negative. You don't come out there and do that. You come out there and you let people live. You're not their parent.
Right.
You're not their dad, their mom. You're not their controller. It's a free world, and it is more free inside that gate here than it is anywhere else.
Definitely.
You're free.
Yeah.
We only have a couple things. You can't have swine and meth labs, okay?
You can't have like a little pig? Like a little tiny pig?
Keep it in the house, man.
You know what somebody told me? They told me that it is a myth that there is miniature pigs. Said all pigs get big.
Oh,
Somebody
really?
told me that they said it's a myth. So they're selling little tiny pigs.
They don't stay small.
You remember that guy over at Lowe's? It ended
Yeah,
up being
he bought a little bitty pig and it's
Little tiny.
500 pounds in the house.
and lives in the house.
Yep.
They camp it.
Yeah.
That's great. Oh, to get back with the fire, somebody in the house, don't we put there's fire extinguishers, or what is it we do? with
Yeah,
all the
with
fire
it,
stuff?
well, you know what? We never required anything about fire extinguishers.
Right.
When we're ANSI certified, we are required to be fire extinguishers. So every home,
So everybody will have one.
everyone will have one in every house in this place.
Can you have? I can't remember who asked. Can you have a egress window at the stairs? They asked.
We can put it anywhere.
Oh,
Sure.
you can?
Oh, yeah, we can put an egress anywhere you want.
Now, what does ANSI? Do they require anything about the egress window?
Ah,
I'm curious.
I don't know. I'd have to read their
Yeah.
criteria.
We'll study on that.
But we put them in anyway.
But I think everybody ought to have something. If you're going to be up in the loft, I think you ought to have something that where you crawl out, have a rope ladder, have something that goes all the way.
We have those.
Oh, do we?
We have rope ladders.
Oh, good. We need those.
All right, that's not required by anybody.
Right.
And so we haven't been implementing just because of just not thinking about it and going, we put egress, and I put the sprinkler systems in, all right? There's not a tiny home company in the United States, according to ANSI guy, and there might be
Yeah.
somebody doing it now, that nobody puts sprinkler systems in their homes, all right? I'm glad we're doing it, and I wish we'd have done it way long time ago. But
Oh
the
my
ladders,
gosh, yeah.
we can put them in, yeah.
I had just a really stupid thought, and I know we're being serious and stuff, but I had a really stupid thought. Okay, so I thought about at the jam, kind of having like, does everybody remember in school about having field day?
Yeah.
Remember? Okay, so I thought this year, okay?
Yeah.
At the jam this year, let's have games instead of everybody, I mean, we all love talking to each other, but you can talk while you play a game and stuff,
Yeah.
right? So let's all do field day. Let's do like a tug of war. You know how you did tug of war at the
Yeah.
end or whatever. But one of the games could be, who gets out of a tiny house fastest from the loft on the rope ladder?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, let's do some tiny house field day
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I'm
It'll
saying?
all be about tiny homes.
All be about tiny homes. So everybody be thinking
Hey,
about
who
it.
can cook the fastest pancakes?
And everybody's got to pick a team and stuff like that. We'll all, how it all is.
Yeah, let's come up with
Come up with some
ideas.
fun stuff. So be thinking about that.
Yep.
Yeah, and because listen, it's going to be an open house. So if you are living here, you got to open your house up. Too bad. You better clean up your house, or everybody's going to see you mess. So.
Yeah. Yep.
And for God's sakes, make cookies for everybody. Everybody bake something. Make something when you come to the house. You want everybody feed everybody. It'll be fun.
By the time the
Tug
jam
of war by the lake.
cross the lake.
Oh my gosh, who said that? RG. Oh my God.
Yeah, because time of the jam, the beach should be full and the forest will be full.
Bradley said a tiny house pool. Like you pull it.
Oh, yeah.
Pool?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's a great idea. I love that. Oh, and you know what? Okay, David just said something about first responders. Why don't we all, at the jam, we could have a class of CPR or how to, and do like a fire drill or reenact something.
Yeah, heart attack victim, anything that
Yeah.
happens, what we're going to do, what's our protocol?
Yeah.
Yep.
What is an inflatable fire escape? Can you buy it? What's that?
Is that one of them slides that jumps out of a jet? You remember how you just jump, poof?
Oh my gosh, well, where would you start
I don't
it
know.
at?
I don't know. Might be a big balloon that just opens up. Yeah. But all that's important to think about.
Oh my God, Teresa just said the funniest thing. Tiny house, no, where's it at? Speed bed making in a loft. We gotta do that, Teresa.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You know what a bind you get in, and then you're sweating, and
man,
oh God.
that would be
Nobody
fun.
looks pretty making up a bed in a loft, I'll tell you that. Or bunk bed, you know how that goes?
Yeah, you come out sweating.
Oh God. Oh, they're getting off track. The ladies, what did Lisa say? Hey, the ladies would love to do mouth to mouth with Randy.
Oh. Well, I'll play dead.
Okay. So everything just took a turn.
Hey, let's turn that way.
That's funny. Well, that'd be fun. Anyway, be thinking about that because that'd be a lot of fun, but it would show everybody and teach everybody
Yeah.
and inform everybody. So that'd be a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what I was talking, somebody said the other day, we were talking about this, and I said, look, we got a factory across the street.
Yeah.
Got a factory at the end of the place.
That's true.
We're in like we're at the end of the industrial area, right?
That's
the
true,
zone.
yeah.
And we're having a community right here.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it so cool? And I told him, I said, after 2 years and we start collecting some rent, some money off of this, that money, I got so many ideas that I want to do.
So many.
So many much more fencing and some just trees, and I got so many ideas that I'm going to be adding to this place. It's not just
yeah.
going to rest and it's going to be done.
No.
Right? Somebody said, you know what? You're only charging $200 a month where everybody else is getting $4 and $5.
Yeah.
You know you could double what you were making?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, but how much does a person need?
I know, right. And that's the truth.
I said, I got people here that need that low cost rent. They need that to survive. And there are
They do
people
need it.
that are making an income off of it by subletting. Fine with me.
true.
Are they going to get rich? No. But if they can help out in their life and they can do something with, fine, that's okay.
Listen,
Everybody's
there's
good.
nothing wrong with the opportunity that's been put
No.
out there.
That's-
It's like take advantage of it.
We're helping each other. We're feeding each other,
That's
making
right.
it happen. All right?
And two, I just want to say that I called the post office today, and I called the 911. I called the courthouse over there, and they gave me 911 thing. And they're talking about the addresses and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And I'll talk to Randy about it. But we'll update you on here about all that stuff, about
Yeah.
packages and the mail and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I've felt a lot of pressure lately about
Yeah.
questions and stuff, and I just don't know those stuff, everybody.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm 100% pure guy.
Ah,
All right? I may
Right.
watch chick flicks every once in a while. I'm just 100% guy. There's a lot of things I could care less about.
Yeah.
There's a million things I never think about. All right? I live in an 8x9 cube with no running water.
right.
Think about it. Who can do that? Where's their brain at? All right? I don't think about mail. I don't think about stores. I don't care to drive I don't care to inconvenience myself. I am not how to put it? I'm not someone that needs much.
Right.
So, not saying that that's even a good thing. It's just that I don't think about needs.
Yeah.
You're going to figure that out. Okay?
And you know what's fun? This is the fun part. Don't stress about it.
Yeah,
about
don't.
Questions about things that you don't know. Let's all just figure it out together. Look, none of us are here yet. There's some people that had to be here. They're here. and
Yeah,
living.
they're great.
It's fine. It ain't a fire. Like I told the girls, Amber's on here. She's doing great. She's talking to everybody, giving everybody answers and all that stuff. Amber and Alyssa, I said, listen, we recognize, and Kelly, what's a fire? This is what's a fire, and this is what's not. So we cannot be stressed out every day, or we're not going to be
It's
able
no
to do
fun,
our jobs.
man.
It's no fun.
It's no fun. Just stay away.
No.
Just don't.
The girls, I think both of them, one day, I can't remember, Amber had terrible sinuses or had a headache or something. I said, go home. Go home. Do we have a million things to do? Yeah. But she's got a headache.
Yeah.
What is she going to do? Sit there with a headache and be miserable
And I
all
don't think
day?
about it. You don't think about anything else like that. You don't pass judgment on nothing. You just
No.
move on. You go on. As an
No.
employer,
Yes.
an employee or nothing, you don't pass judgment on any
No,
of that. If you
because
do, you
we-
don't belong here, or
right.
you make changes and that's it.
That's right.
We're different.
Very different.
We
Very
flow different.
different.
We have a different beat to a drum. But like Amanda said, you know what? Look what's going on.
That's right.
You may think we're stumbling like a
Right.
duck out of water. Look what's happening.
A lot is happening. So
What
much is
other
happening.
company in the United States has got 150 sites
Leased out.
leased out,
Waiting lists.
building 400 homes in about 3 or 4 years?
We have over, literally, Michael Clark said on here, around 450 homes already.
Wow.
We got to get a number, but we're really, if we're not over that, we're close to
And
it.
we'll blow, I hope we blow another 150 this year or more. And then across the street, another 160 acres we're ready to close on. So,
Exactly.
So you coming to me with, we should be this way or we should do this way, how we should, I love your ideas and thank you very much, but I'm going to look like I'm falling apart all the time. I'm going to look like I'm out of breath.
I think we're fine.
But it's, and I say that in very, very humble, respectful way I can.
Yeah.
But we just have been through some stuff that we have to just be this way. It is just,
Now this is, I like Zoe's mom just said this, don't come to Randy with problems, come to him with solutions. And I know sometimes you do have to present problems, but you come with an open mind of like, how can we fix this? What can we do to make it better?
it's just like, I'm going to tell you guys something. It's just like, and I shared this story, and I don't want to be running. It's just like the old friend of mine that 30 years ago showed me how to put sheetrock on a wall, to finish it, not hang it, finish it, which is a very hard thing to do. There's not very many people that can actually finish and spread sheetrock mud on a wall to make it look like it's never been there, right?
Right.
I didn't know what I was doing, and he was so gracious to me. He never told me one time what I was doing wrong. Not one time did he ever say what I was doing wrong. His name's Wayne, and what a beautiful guy, and I hope you get to meet him at the Jam. He's 13 years older than me and still works like an animal. I hope I can be like him when I get that age. But he never said one thing, and he always said on his face, and he knew who I was.
Right.
He read into who I was. He didn't have to tell me I was doing something wrong because he knew I was doing all I could what I was doing. So he kept on, you know what? You're doing good.
Yeah.
He said, let me do this a little bit. And he knew I was watching.
Right.
Within 3 months, I was about as good as you could get.
Right.
And he never said one time, and all he did was just smile and said, looking good. That's all he ever did. And to this day, he's the same way. And for some reason, not everybody's wired like that, but he knew I was wired that way. He knew that's how you get to me. And he knew that's how you work with me, if that's what you want to do. I mean,
Right.
I think I'm well worth the price of working with me that way.
Right.
I got a lot to offer.
Yeah.
And he was with me, and we are absolutely the dearest friends to this day. But that's the temperament here. That's how I handle these men. I don't go to them and tell them you did wrong.
Right.
I tell them, hey, you know what? You're doing good. Just keep it up. Keep trying. We may have to tweak a little bit. Let's move it over here and see
Right.
how that looks. What do you think?
Yeah.
And they know what's going on.
Exactly.
We're all beat down in this world. We look in the mirror and we say, God, what is going on here,
Yeah.
right? I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm tall, I'm short, nose, hair, eyes, whatever's never good enough, right?
Yeah.
All of us are beating self down.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need anybody else to help that out.
Exactly.
Okay?
And just extend that to somebody else. Before you say anything, just think about that before you
Yeah.
you enter into something that, that you think you might know, but you really don't know the whole situation and blah, blah, blah. I have a question. Is there any way we could take a peek at, I know it's raining outside, but can we take a peek of the 40-foot container? We've not been in it for a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's at.
We're putting some V-groove on the walls.
Okay.
And it's right out the door to the left.
Yeah.
But we can look inside it, sure.
Oh, and also Amber said somebody's, do you know who
Wilman?
this is? Oh, is that who this is?
Yep. Yep.
Hold it, let me-
10 by 18.
What
Or,
size
I'm sorry, Goldman. 10 by 18, Goldman. Yep. We're plumbing it tomorrow. I'm so excited, everybody. Now listen, another thing, just technically into business, all right? Tom has been pretty much out here as a superintendent, running the place and everything. I'm everywhere. I can't be here and there in the office and doing everything.
is? Right.
So today started another helper for Tom, a superintendent. He's my age.
Yeah.
He's been in the field for 40 some years. Great guy. Has been a superintendent on subdivisions, building 50, 60 homes at one time, handling subcontractors. He's a tradesman, framer, trimmer.
What's his first name?
His name's Mike.
Mike.
Mike, great guy. He has started out here today helping Tom and organizing the guys, the prints, and everything it takes to make this thing run. Massively excited, massively excited. His temperament is just even, laid back, cool, can take criticism, can give advice without offending, and can encourage at the same time. So we're looking forward to that. We have a helper he's been actually framing. Him and I framed a couple homes since he's been here a couple months now. And so him and I worked together, and I wanted to work with him and know his temperament before we did anything else, and it flowed very well. I like guys that don't talk. When we're here, most of the guys like guys that don't talk. We don't want to talk. We like to work.
Yeah.
You talk after work or lunch or break, but you
Right.
don't talk.
And everybody understands
Yes,
that.
and it was so cool to say, hey, we need this and that. Yep, done.
Okay.
Do your stuff.
Good.
We got a plumber coming tomorrow.
Thank goodness.
In-house.
Stop.
Well, it's an in-house plumber, and we're training him tomorrow.
Oh my God, I hope that works
He's
out.
super excited.
Tell how hard it is to find a plumber. It's like nearly non-existent.
Yeah, so we're going to take one and train him in-house. We
Thank
know how to plumb.
Woo-hoo.
All right,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just so much time consuming. So we're going to have one guy plumb. He's excited about it. He's plumbing this trailer tomorrow, so he's in an
Good.
internship. This is called rough-in plumbing. The rough is the main pipes and everything
Big
we got to
chunk
put
stuff, yeah.
in the floor and the walls.
Okay.
And then the trim out is, of course, putting in the pretty fixtures.
Okay.
And we're going to teach him how to do that. He'll have his little go-to cart and have everything he needs.
Oh, thank
right?
God.
And so when the guys are building these things, instead of the guys putting in the toilets, the sinks, the stops, the water heaters, and all that stuff, and the spigots and whatever has got to be done, this plumber can think about specifically exactly. Those are 3 trades we have to have.
Yeah.
One person have, and it's the heating and air, the electrical and plumbing.
Right.
If we have those, I don't like designating one person doing it all the time, but you know what?
Did you get burnt out?
And I don't think they'll get burned out on the plumbing
Right.
and electrical, because it's actually a trade that you have to have.
Well, too, and it's a short, like you do it, and it's not something that you're there so long that you get so worn out by it.
Right.
Real quick, because I think didn't Myrtle visit yesterday? Was it yesterday or today?
Yeah, she came yesterday. I wasn't here. Yeah.
Okay. She took a picture of a house that's on our property. Somebody just asked if we could see it, but it's not one of our homes. Do you want to explain what it is? She posted it in the group.
Oh yeah, there's a lean-to roof, shed roof house that's out here. I think it's blue or green.
blue, yeah.
And it's a person who's going to put it on the beach lot.
Which shows that on the properties will be an incredible tiny
No,
home. So,
that's fine. And when we did the properties, we just needed people who wanted to put their
Yeah.
tiny home here.
Sure.
We've been fortunate to build probably 99% of the homes that are going
definitely.
here. You know.
The majority will be
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
But that's what we needed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now in the future, as we become more and more successful and we being able to really write our own ticket.
Yeah.
It'll be a requirement. I'd love to say, hey, you know what? You only get here because of tiny home. You know, you got to buy a house from us to be a part of the community.
Well, you want
you
to,
know?
and too, Randy's like this, I'm like this, we're all like this. We want to give special privileges to the people who are ITH.
Yeah.
You want to treat them very special. Not that we don't, ain't gonna be nice to everybody else, but
Yeah.
you know,
I think our homes are going to go down in history.
I think so too.
I think they're going to
so
have.
too.
I think they're going to have a story behind all of them that they're just so unique. And I think in 50 years from now, 30 years from when I'm gone,
Yeah.
I think they're going to be like, wow, you got an ITH. I think it's going to be
And you know
cool.
what's so great about it too, and this is why we want to, treat everybody so special that believes and is bought in and watches. It's not just the people that's paid us money. We're talking the people that are on here every day that may never
Come to
get
the
a
jams
house.
and hang out with us.
They may not be interested in a tiny house, but they'll come to the jams
Yeah.
or they'll support us by clicking the subscribe and doing all that kind
Sending
of
me a
stuff.
T-shirt and all.
You all
Yeah.
built us. You all built incredible tiny homes.
Yeah.
You all built incredible tiny properties. And that's just to be honored.
Yeah,
You
it
know?
is.
Hey,
Yeah, I
we're-
mean,
we're like your day one. We're super loyal.
yeah.
They're our day one. Oh, there it is. Look, the one beside, when's that one leave? I wonder.
It's ready to go.
Not tonight though, right?
I mean, we could go in there.
Let's,
We got to watch our feet. Here, let me show you this.
okay. Oh, okay.
It's a long house, 40 feet, man.
Oh my goodness.
They got this ceiling going on in there. There's a lot of things, a lot of wiring, and a lot of
Oh my gosh, there's a lot to it.
yeah,
You know, it's
a lot of technical things had to be
a
going
lot,
on in
a
there.
lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Man, that would be a long ceiling to do.
I like it because it's 9 foot tall and you can put a ceiling fan in there, you know?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Let me shut this up. Yeah, let's go in there. Let's go in there real quick.
Let me try this out real quick. Because I got to get some pictures of that. And two, I forgot to mention a little bit ago, the easy access that you were talking about.
Yeah.
I posted a ton of pictures of the easy access on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
So go down through, just go through the posts. There's a ton of pictures of it so you can see it. So if you have not seen the easy access that Randy was drawing, it's on our Facebook. Just go scroll through
Good.
the posts and look.
And then Kim, we're building one for Kim. And hers is
Yes.
9 by 22. That's the one we're framing. You guys will love seeing that. It's a great floor plan, and she's got the same thing.
What size is this one?
This is a,
I think she said it was sickle.
is it 18?
It's right there on the door. Yeah.
Yep,
by,
18.
8 by 18.
Look, man, get your hillbilly rug out.
I see it. I know.
Here, you want to rub, here, rub it on me, man. Rub your feet on me, man.
Get your butt out of my face. Lord. Okay.
Tell that to Wanda.
You know, Wanda's at work, I think. She's not on here.
She's what?
I think she's at work. She's not on here.
Oh, Wanda.
She might be. This has a metal shower.
Yep.
Yeah. Guilty. Oh, this looks different. What's
That's
this
the new
one?
water heater that we're using.
Ooh.
Yep, so that's the new water heater we're using. It's ANSI certified. Here's just your plumbing to get to. So we hide it so you don't have to see it.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Of course, the toilet lid is in the drawer, everybody. We don't put them on because
So they say.
it could break on the way. Yep.
Easy, what's this called? Easy Tankless Deluxe?
Easy Tankless Deluxe.
Ah.
Yep. And we like Precision Temp. If they're watching, the company's out of Cincinnati. I love them. They're a little bit more expensive, but if you don't want it on the wall, we put a Precision Temp under the cabinet.
Yeah.
And they're nice. They're the
That's
primo.
true,
They're
it's
the
true.
primos. It's a
But they're
little-
about $1,000 more.
yeah,
right?
they are. Yep.
Nice.
But here's your range hood, your stovetop, refrigerator, sink. This is an RJO, everybody. And this is a 18-foot RJO. As you can see, the countertop is 8 foot long. So a 96-inch countertop. You can do about anything you want in a kitchen like this.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you wanted an oven, somebody says, where's my oven? Well, I got a toaster oven that I use.
Yeah.
And they make some good sized toaster ovens. You could actually put a shelf under here, store it under here if you want. All these are, you know, look at all this is storage, right?
Yes.
All this.
Oh, there's the toilet lid.
There's the
tag.
lid, everybody. Yep. So, there
Okay.
you go.
And there's your big living room. Oh, wait a minute. Let me show this door. Just to
Yeah.
show that we do just different barn
They got
doors
it, they
all
got
the
it locked
time.
down.
That's cute.
And
right?
usually the door, unless it's specifically said what they want, the door is done just however the guy wants to build it.
And Dana makes makes a good point too, is that all I use in Florida is the toaster oven because the big oven is just too hot. Makes the house too hot.
That's true.
Good point.
Man, if you get back here and you look up there, this place looks enormous. It's only 18 feet.
know.
Look up. Look at how open it is.
How cool.
Does that not look great?
That looks so great.
You know what? I got an 18-foot trailer for myself. It's an old farm trailer. Remember that $300 trailer I got?
We went up there and got, I remember.
Yep. This is all I need because my bed would be here.
Yeah.
And I'd probably fold it out so I could have a full size if I wanted it. Would have a sofa, full size bed. Mm-hmm. And I've got room to, probably work out if I want to. I could put me a chin-up bar in here. I could have a TV. I could have a sofa. This is really all you know it.
This is really big.
And I'm not one to sleep in a loft, so I probably wouldn't have a dormer, but I may have a dormer just because it looks cool.
It looks nice.
It just
really
looks
does.
big.
Well, and if you did need the extra space, if you did sleep up there.
Yeah.
Look at that piece of wood they put. Doesn't that look pretty?
You know what I'd do, man, if I slept up there?
What'd you do if you was sleeping up there?
I'd run me a drain.
I don't know what you're doing.
I'd have me one of them.
It's all about peeing for you guys. I swear to my
I'd have something up there I could just get on my knees and let her go and then go back. I had a buddy, get this. We built this log cabin. We were 20 years old in Florida. We built them out of cypress logs and we took all the logs out of the swamp.
Yeah.
And we built this log house. And we're both, 5'8"?
Yeah.
5'9". So we said, why do we need 8-foot walls?
Yeah.
We stopped at 6 foot.
Yeah.
So everybody that came into the ceiling was 6 foot tall. All right. So anyway, we didn't have any heater and they had a wood stove in it. And it was the coldest I've ever been in my life was in Florida. Because it got down to about 21 degrees and we were down near Tampa.
In Florida?
It got cold that one night and the fire was going and I had 3 dogs in there and I piled them all on top of me and about froze. All right.
Oh my God.
My buddy said, I'm not getting up. And he worked with the medical. He was going to school to be a nurse. He said, I'm not going up to go to the bathroom. You know what he did? He put an external catheter on, right?
No.
He slipped over an external catheter with a tube and we stuck it out the crack of the log. He tried to use that thing in the middle of the night. Of course, it didn't work and he had to get up and he was mad. But I'll never forget. He said,
oh my God.
didn't want to get up. Yeah, in the middle of the night.
Well, Dana said the boys growing up had PVC pipe down the tree house. Boys.
Top.
I seen that.
That barn board right there is probably about 13, 14. Isn't that cool looking?
That contrast is cool.
Yeah.
And of course, that is so pretty.
And just a splash of that.
Yeah.
Still looks refined. It looks pretty. It doesn't look rustic. It doesn't look like it's
really
too
nice.
rough in here.
It
you know,
looks nice.
You could find that in a very expensive home.
And he's green, so green means
go. Leaving here.
Picked up. So I got to come take some pictures of this.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's good. And look, I just want to show that you can see the blue on there. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, it is. I'm proud of this house.
It's beautiful.
I'm proud of the house. I'm proud of the way it looks. I'm looking at, the cuts, the trim, how you can see in here. Look, the trim back in here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's this stuff. Is it perfect? I can see no holes here. That's a trim nail. This line in here, you got trim around your windows. I always look here. I try to look. See this little lip on this window right here?
Yeah.
This is what we call a reveal. And we try to make it the same. Now, is it the same? It's a little bit less there than it is here and didn't get it completely exactly straight. Will anybody actually see that? Maybe, maybe not. But we try, but it looks good.
Yeah.
It looks like a good, clean, look, the cuts. See how the cuts are nice and tight?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
what is that? So that is the standard because
that's a standard kitchen.
That's a standard. What do you know the size, Rob?
The standard kitchen is this right here. You get a 20, I think this is 21-inch drawer cabinet base. This is a cabinet drawer base, 21 inches. You get a 30-inch sink base.
Okay.
You get either a square or circle sink with this gooseneck faucet. You get a stovetop and a range hood. And you get a refrigerator.
And the countertops are 8 foot.
And the countertops are 96 inches long.
Okay.
Yeah.
And two, I just want to ask asked right before we go. They were asking. I think Dana said she loved the blue. See that little bit of blue? How it's
Yep.
chipped on there?
Sure is.
To save that, would you put something on it so it doesn't chip off anymore, or what would you put on that?
Mend it. The only way that's going to chip off,
It's really not.
you know, is for me to get up there and try to chew on it.
It's really not going to come off.
There's
But
no,
you-
if it was down here, I can see it being chipped off.
Yeah.
Maybe climbing up on a ladder, but you could urethane it if you wanted to. But
So
it's
you
going to
could
change the
urethane.
color of everything.
It will.
Yeah. And now
Okay.
we do not finish anything in here.
This is how he's going to get his floors.
I love these floors, Manda. These floors. This is a plywood subfloor and a finished floor all in one.
Yeah.
So there's no plywood underneath here.
Right.
We have actually nailed this wood to the floor joists that are every 16-inch on center, and they're cantilevered out a foot on each side.
Right.
I love this because you can sand it, you can stain it, urethane it. It's a hard yellow pine 1x6 tongue
Yeah.
and
Beautiful. I love it. Well, good. And look out here. There's just so many. Oh, you can see like the little overhang thing that Mike did on the container. Look at all those, Randy.
You know, there's one thing you can't, you know, we talked a lot tonight about our imperfections and our, you know, not being able to do everything exactly right everywhere. But I'm telling you what we do right. We know how to build.
Yes.
You know what? You know how to design a house.
Right.
And I'm just, you know, I know my name. I know the company name, but my name's on every house that leaves here. And it's a weight that we carry. I carry. So and it's, believe me, I mean, I get calls. Hey, people have things going wrong with their house still. And I'm like, hey, I want to handle it. I want to, what's the questions
We
on
always
it?
fix anything.
Yeah.
We fix it.
So my name's on it.
Do you caulk the floors? Somebody just asked.
Caulk?
Bernie's asking, do you cost putting stucco on a house?
Oh, instead of siding, we had a stucco finish. Depends on what we do. If we use a masonry and wire and all that stuff is one way, or we can put a sheeting on the outside and we spread synthetic stucco over it. A couple different prices, but I'll price it out for you. I
But
don't know
we'll do
offhand.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And Lori just brought up this about the driver's license, and I called them today,
Yep.
and I hadn't got a chance to talk to Randy about it yet. But you do, and we'll address everybody too again. But you do. I've got to get a hold of 911, and we may already have them. That's why I've got to get with Randy the addresses for everybody, which I think we do. And that is what they would put on their driver's license. It's what they told me today.
Their 911 address.
Yeah, they put their 911.
And that's what we thought.
Exactly. So, but we've got to confirm that because their phones were down. So I'm supposed to call back again tomorrow, but
Yeah.
we're going to get all that took care of. But whenever you're doing the paperwork for your driver's license, you have all of your paperwork sent to your post office box.
Right.
So you have to have the post office box, but they said on your driver's license, it will have your physical address. It'll be your 911 address from here, and then you will have any kind of paperwork or whatever sent to your post office box.
Now, I'll do this,
Yeah.
and we'll think about it. If we get a big, what do you call it? One of them big things with, 150 boxes out here that you can get your
Yeah.
mail right here. From what I'd heard before, they're massive expensive.
They are.
Okay, so I don't know what we can do about that.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something, maybe if we got 150 and it's maybe everybody pitches in, it's $100 or $200 and everybody gets their mail delivered here all the time. Maybe we can do something like that. Maybe the company will pay half, you guys pay half,
We
something
got to
like
think
that.
about the traffic.
It's not included. We didn't include that in our infrastructure
Yeah.
because it's, you know what? Trash ain't included, mail ain't included. It's the way it is. But I remember I was at an apartment building. It had probably 300 or 400
Yeah.
people in it, the complex. And good God, there was a line
all the time.
to get in there and get the mail. You figure 150 people trying to get their mail, it's going to be
It's gonna
a
be
mess out here.
congested, Yeah.
So I really don't even know where to put it.
And I think it's going to take away from the property. We'll just have
Yeah.
think about it.
I don't
Okay.
like mail, man.
Mail's usually bad news.
Yeah. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. And I hope you come back tomorrow and see another
Yeah.
show. We'll be here. Tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is I'm going to try to...
We'll say bye.
Yeah,
Did we?
I forgot to do
Well,
that.
that's hard for us to remember. It's going to see. Maybe. It's trying to. FedEx, we was talking about the mail, FedEx and UPS, they're gonna tomorrow.
Okay.
So we'll get some confirmation and some answers for you about the mail.
And I wanted to say, as the properties are becoming more developed, what we'll do is we'll start addressing people's questions, concerns, anything you got, any comments about whatever. I know you guys are probably on a Facebook or an email, maybe a club or something about the properties. Do they have one, Amanda?
They do. Well, EJ and Dana, a lot of the people that are on these groups,
Yeah.
they share the information and they'll even share the video. So, you know, they can, word will get around.
We probably need to come up with some kind of poster board thing that
Yeah.
everybody can go to and send in their whatever they want to do. Like they got a Friends of Incredible Tiny Homes or something like that.
EJ, they started one, it was called, I can't remember, she just posted it, but it's Tiny Town Residents, and it's just for the people that
Perfect.
are going to live here.
There you go.
So we can give it to her, and she can post it, because I think she's the moderator, or whatever she's on it, administrator.
And I'd be like a lot of these people, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say it, you know, on
Exactly.
something like that. But I'm going to try to dedicate a portion of every show of questions that maybe I about what I can do and just share it with you, any information we find, any news. So every show up to coming into until the opening, the opening of it is we'll be sharing some news.
All right,
Everybody, have a great night. I got to go get mom
and find your dog.
supper, get my dog, and close up and
Now I
go
gotta
to bed.
go home.
All right.
And somebody, I think it was Paula.
Yeah.
She said that she started Dead to Me last night and said it's so good.
I know.
So-
I'm on season 2, episode 3.
So
I know it.
I think you would like that Killing Eve. I watched a little bit of it and I turned it off, but I've not. Oh, there's your dog.
Hey, buddy.
But I've got to give it a longer chance to do. But it's
Yeah.
that girl you like watching in that Lucifer or something. I can't remember the lady, but you've watched her. And
Yeah.
I don't know who she was, but anyway, it's one of the shows you used to like. No, it's something like that. But anyway.
Killing Eve. I'll have to put my eye on
Killing
it.
Eve. David and Karen said it was really good.
Cool. Yeah, I'll give
Killing
that a look too when I get done with my
Dead to Me.
Dead to Me.
Are you almost done?
I'm on season 2, episode 3. So I got what, 6, 7
Yeah.
episodes left? Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's getting.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
I told you.
Oh, and of course, another one I know I just got rid of, I got finished up was Outer Banks.
Yeah. Don't say Outer Banks. You'll get Amber tore up again. She's beside herself.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? God.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we'll bring you some more homes and
Yeah.
some more fun information, crazy, and who knows.
Untelling.
Yeah,
And it's Thursday.
I just hope I'm still upright tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow's trash day. I gotta put my trash out. Okay.
Ace!
He was behind me.
He's out there at the big door.